Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
We are live. I don't know if we're live on my Instagram channel because something went wrong, but we're live on Enya's Instagram.
Live on my Instagram.
Woo.
So just put the camera up towards the screen, so they're gonna see all three of us, and they can follow this live on my Instagram channel, and also, of course, on Facebook and YouTube.
Awesome.
And I think, I'm not sure of this, the team will correct me if I'm wrong. I believe if you go to dogs.that/party, it might even be there as well. I think so. Lots of happy birthday wishes. Thank you. And people saying hi to Max and Enya. Max can't see the chat. Max is in Spain in the middle of a rainstorm. We are to tell you exactly where he is for cover, but it might rhyme with rash boom.
Thanks, Susan, for telling everybody.
I'm in my basement in the heat storm, so
it just shows our dedication for this, guys.
Your dedication.
100% right. Okay, so you guys are welcome to ask us questions. This is all about agility because we have, for my birthday, which is on Saturday, but we have all of our programs open starting today, and that includes Agility Nation and Handling 360 and a bundle with both of those. So it's perfect time to join.
Maybe we can, if they can tell us also where they're from, because I have already so many people in the chat now writing happy birthday, Susan.
Thank you. Yeah, tell us where you're from. And I think before we let's all have some hearts, or I don't know if you can do anything other than hearts or crazy faces, but like if we could do trophies or party hats for Max's big win at the European Open, two-time winning back-to-back with his dog Remix, who happens to be Prophet's mother. No pressure, but his father came third. So that's incredible. And Enya and Party, how old is Party?
She will be 11.
Came sixth and had a little bit of a stumble. If you people didn't see those runs, leave a comment if you want us to show them at some point during the live. The runs from the European Open, we can do that as well. So we've got people saying they're from Sweden.
Indonesia on Instagram.
Robin says, Max, the rash boom is a great place to train. Hello from Texas. Robin says the rash boom is a great place for training. I encourage all of our students, when you want a small room to train your puppy, the rash boom is an awesome. It forever will be the rash boom from now on.
Because it's no distraction. So Max will not be distracted during this live. I think it's perfect.
Exactly. I should be in a rash boom, probably. Okay. We've got a couple of questions for you to start here. First question is, are you currently training or competing in dog agility? If so, what's been your biggest success so far? So let us know in the chat if you currently are training, unless toilet paper falls off the handle. That is a big, massive jackpot for the puppy. It has happened. So that now I always, because it has happened to me. I think it was Swagger.
We have Indonesia in the chat.
Oh.
And we also have a comment saying, loved watching your runs at EO. Looking forward to watching all three of you run at the World Championships.
Yeah,
that's
the three of us.
Awesome.
Three of us are going to be at the World Championships in Sweden. It's going to be fun. We always have fun when we get together. It's going to be fun and some seriousness as well. Well, I don't know.
Well,
how serious are you really when you run agility? I mean, it's fun. It's still 100%.
You're focused.
It's fun seriousness.
Focused fun. It sounds serious, especially when like people think of it, this is our livelihood, and so it must be really serious. I don't think, other than my consistency and success, I have ever felt any different from the first day I ran agility. I'm probably less serious now than I was the very beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so people are writing so my question, which I think fell off, was, are you currently training or competing in dog agility? If so, what's been your biggest success? There I am. And so people have said that they are, I'm training my pug right now. She's the quickest in her class. We're doing it for fun, but she's good. You know what? Cumulatively, we've probably been doing agility for, I don't know, like 350,000 years or somewhere in there. And we still do it for fun. That never changes.
Sure.
No, it shouldn't change, because if it changes, then you actually grow tired of the sport and you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that off of there. So go back to some of our comments. We are training agility. Our biggest success is my dog is finally consistent with his running contact. Good for you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. When did each of you start agility? I feel like I train.
The trainers left the station for me.
Oh, come on, no.
Come on. No. Me and Max started very young. Yeah. I was 16 when I started, and I think you were same age, Max.
14.
Yeah, I think 14 I was. Yeah.
I was 35. No, 28. Sorry. Yeah. 35 when I won my first U.S. national title. I don't know. It was 1989. So,
but is there really a time limit of when you can start agility? Because as we said, like, we do it mainly for the fun. Like, it's so much fun to do agility with your dog. So regardless of
leave the station. No.
Yeah. Never.
We had a student who was in Handling 360 who started when she was 68 years old. She built all of her own equipment. She learned how to drive a backhoe and a bulldozer so she could make her own agility field. I mean, she was so inspiring.
That's so awesome.
It's almost the same dedication as Max doing this live from a bathroom.
Exactly.
Restroom.
Rash boom. Okay, before we get too far, let's give away some prizes. I'm so excited about this cool toy. And it's a Handling 360 toy. And the good people at For My Merles, we asked them to design this mostly because of Kim's dog Belief, because Belief destroys so many toys. So and I love it because it's nice and small handle. It's still a bungee. It's got like a chuck it ball on it. So, like, BB hasn't even put a dent in this. She destroys toys the first time she uses them. I think that's the Staffy in her. So I'm going to give away one for anybody who shares this live with 3 world champions of dog agility. So share this anywhere in social media. Come on back to the comments. Tell us where you shared it so that before my team announces the winner, we go back and see that you definitely have shared it. And then at the end of today, we will do a random draw from all of the winners from today. But if you're watching this and it's a recorded version, we're going to do another one, another live for people who are watching this as recorded. So go ahead and share it. So it was really designed for Belief, but all my dogs love it. So it's amazing.
Someone here on Instagram says, "Oh, nice toy. I love the small tug for my lap." And it's also when you're running agility, you can hide it in your hand.
So good.
I mean, the big fluffy ones is super good for like motivating, but if your dog already loves to play, these small ones are so good to hide in your hand.
Question:
for sure.
What age did we retire our older dogs from agility? Well, Enya is running an 11-year-old Sheltie who just won the Swedish national championship, and then the very next week, her combined runs in individual, she would have been 3rd, but in the final, she had a little slip. She was still 6th. So yeah, that's incredible. I've had a dog that had won. One of my dogs won the steeplechase finals in the United States, which is all about speed, and she was 10, just turned 10.
So I remember also at the World Championships in Sweden, there was a dog last time in 18 that won, that was 10 years old.
Wow.
So it's all about how you keeping them fit for the sport. And I think also breed is a factor, and what size they have. But a healthy dog that is well taken care of for the sport can do ability for a long time.
My first mini dog that I won a championship with, my Jack Russell, was 10 the first time I ever won. And but I've also had to retire dogs like Swagger. He was the youngest I've ever had to retire because of a heart problem, and he was 5. So it's the dog. Now, people told me, oh, you could still run him. He would be fine. The cardiologist said, just don't let him be crazy.
Good luck.
There's only one speed with the dog. We don't have a gear shift down. So, as Enya said, the dogs will tell you by their, as long as you work at keeping them fit and healthy. Looking for where that toy is to purchase. Okay, for those of you who don't win this toy, it won't be there on their website, because literally, when did this get delivered? Like Monday? This week? So it won't be on their website, but if you go to formymurals.com and then contact them, I'm sure they'll let you buy one. And then maybe it will be up after, I'm sure Brian and Shirley, who are avid agility competitors, they will be watching this and see that it's up there. Okay, so I have another question for you all, and that is, what do you find the most frustrating part of agility? Either like, what's the most frustrating thing about competing, or what's the most frustrating thing about training in agility? So what if I just move my chair over here? Then I could be part of it. What do you guys think? Think about as a beginner, when you were first starting out, what was the most frustrating thing?
I think like if you have all the like basic obedience, so your dog is staying with you and they want to work with you, I think something that I hear quite often is, oh, but he doesn't listen. Like that's something I hear a lot. Oh, but he knows this, he doesn't listen. So it feels like in general, the training required for having the dog actually paying attention to our verbal cues, because dogs naturally pay attention to our body cues. And just because we say something doesn't mean that the dog will pay attention to it if we didn't train it properly. So that's something that I hear a lot is, oh, but he knows this, he should listen. And that frustration that your dog is not listening to your verbals. And you, Max?
Yeah. Well, I think mostly the fact that you might have lack of resources, of knowledge. So, or if you have the wrong one, but that's a little bit difficult because as a beginner, you might not know what's right and what's wrong. But if you have, like, if I look back, like it took me years to figure out something that would be so easy if I would have had the knowledge I have today. So having access to like a program that has the answers for you, I think that would make life so much easier.
And I just want to point out that both Max and Enya, like when we joined together and they joined Handling 360, and they are a co-owner with me, the three of us own Handling 360 and Agility Nation, they were accomplished. They had already had multiple national titles, multiple placements on podiums at things like European Open and World Championships. So, but the thing that struck me is how willing they were to completely learn new dog training, new approaches. And I think that's a sign of, no matter where you are in your agility journey, are you willing to adopt a beginner's mindset? Because I know the problem when I see people, a brand new beginner versus somebody who's been around the sport maybe 8 or 9 years, and they've had a little bit of success and then maybe not so much, and then a little bit. The person that's been around can be more difficult to get to a higher level, because they already they think that they just need a couple little tweaks and they'll be brilliant instead of adopting that beginner's mindset. Do you guys find that as well?
Yeah,
For
100%.
sure.
Absolutely. I see people stagnating when they feel like they don't need so much anymore, if that makes sense. That when they feel like, okay, but now I know quite much and I've had quite much success, and they stop getting that external help, then they stagnate. And I can just say, for now, we've had this program together for, it's actually soon a year.
Yeah.
And like way before that, us three, we knew each other very well.
Right.
And even way before that, we would go to each other when we had a dog training issue or some issue. Like I wouldn't try to figure out everything on my own. I would always ask, like you, Susan, or you, Max, like, hey, I have this issue. Can you help me? So just learning from other people and getting more knowledge. It's, yeah, you're never fully learned.
I'm going to share this conversation that it was on Instagram. Somebody DM'd me this week, and she said, I'm struggling with collection after jumps, especially if my dog comes through a long straight tunnel. He tends to land really far, and I'd like him to turn tighter, but I don't want to have to physically block him or overhandle him. Would Handling 360 be a good fit for us? So of course we said yes. But this is what I, and then the person asked, is the course structured? Are there chapters on different topics? And can I upload and ask follow-up questions? So I said, the course starts from the bottom up. It's not a make your own menu sort of a program. That's more for our membership, which is Agility Nation. It sounds like your dog would thrive with Handling 360 as long as you can be patient with going back to foundation. What we find in agility is too many dogs are not asked to make quick decisions in their foundation. Yeah. And then they get frustrated at a higher level of skill because the dog can't do what they are expecting. Collection from a straight tunnel is a processing challenge. And that we ask dogs in Handling 360, we create processing challenges for them right from the beginning. So every layer of the foundation develops with this understanding of how to accomplish processing challenges. So dogs at your dog's current level who are not responding quickly in the situation you're describing, they actually get motivated by processing challenges when they're at that level. And then her reply was, so it's basically like a journey that goes from point A to point 10. And could I maybe just skip 3 points? Or is it meant to be worked through step by step? And I said, skipping ahead 2 steps would mean you lack that foundation for your dog to be able to do the things you want. No matter what agility foundation you think you have, I promise this program is very, very different. So when people are just looking for something that they could just skip ahead, we actually really discourage them from buying Handling 360 because it's a big investment financially for you. And it's too big an investment for you not to be fully invested yourself.
Yeah.
And absolutely, you can ask us questions. We have an amazing team of coaches that once you watch the videos and download the PDF, if you have questions, we are there to answer for you.
Yeah.
So that's very typical.
So common. I actually, when you said that, I remembered it was just a week ago or something. There was a question we have this Facebook group for agility in Sweden, and someone asked, so like my experience is my dog is not responding to verbals, and they were frustrated over the fact that they couldn't respond to verbals in high speed. And I just left a comment and said, like, hey, how does your dog respond to verbals outside of agility? How does your dog respond to verbals if you don't help at all with your body and you just say different verbal cues, like anything, and then you move really fast and you say the same cues? Like, can your dog do that? And she was like, no, it can't. So
processing problems.
So how can your
Yeah.
dog do it in agility? You have to start. It's so common that someone says, my dog doesn't respond to the turning cue when I give them the turning cue in a course. But maybe that's not the problem. The problem goes further back. So no, you can't skip steps.
I just recorded a podcast this week and it's coming out on Friday. And the whole theme of it is your dog's behavior is communication. And unfortunately, when a dog communicates with their handler by knocking a bar or by breaking a start line or by jumping off a seesaw too early or by taking an off-course tunnel, what happens? The dog gets punished, yelled at, lie down, no. Behavior is information. So behavior isn't a reason to punish. Behavior is a reason to listen. Behavior is a reason for you to get curious. Behavior is a reason for you to invest in learning more so you can help your dog, right?
Analyze and try to understand,
Right. The three of us would not be punishing our dogs. We would go, well, I thought I taught that, right? So I'm going to show a little demonstration here. It might go terribly wrong, and that's okay, because then you're going to see what happens when we get failure. Why might it go terribly wrong? I have had an injured knee for 2 months and I haven't been running agility, and I'm going to walk. I'm not going to run. And I'm going to show you this sequence where you can kind of see the cone wrap, and then there's a jump, and then there's 2 jumps off to the side. Now, one jump's got a tunnel in front of it. There's only like that much room for the dog to cut in front of that tunnel and take the jump. So what is the likelihood that your dog would be able to do that if you can't run and you're miles behind? Just like, I mean, that's a pretty advanced challenge. It's a advanced processing challenge, isn't it? Because when a dog goes around this cone, they're going to be on their right lead. What is the first thing they're going to want to do on that right lead?
Go to tunnel.
Go to that orange or yellow tunnel.
Sure.
Go to the yellow tunnel. Okay. So this is a processing challenge. Listen to my words. Ideally, our handling is going to help the dog. I might not be that far ahead, but that doesn't mean you don't have to be ahead when you're in a system that the dog understands, that we have triggers that they know mean something. So I'm just going to do this with Profit, and will I get what I want? And if not, you'll see, what do I do? Do I yell at the dog? Do I stamp my feet? You know what? I'm going to put on, so that you can hear what I'm saying to my dog, I'm going to put on you guys can talk while I'm putting this on. I'm going to put a microphone on so you can hear me when I get further away.
Yeah. I'm a little careful with talking because I'm scared of my connection.
I'm trying to set up now for the Instagram followers so they can also see.
Yes. Get some questions.
Rash booms don't have connections that they used to, do they? Like, I remember in the olden days, the Rash booms were so good for connecting to anything.
The Rash booms. So I'm going to be with my phone here. For those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to be with my phone here. And it's because I'm going to give a better view for the people that watch on Instagram.
Okay, can you hear me with this microphone?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so hopefully I put the microphone on so you can hear the things. And if I swear under my breath at my dog, you'll know it. Okay. Careful, buddy. Just warm him up a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Ready? Rap. Jump. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, there he goes. Wrong.
That's what we did. They want to take that tunnel.
No, nothing. Rap. Jump. Tick, tick, tick. So he got the jump, but he went to the back of it. Sit. Straight. Good. So he's made 2 attempts. He's completed obstacles flawlessly. In his mind, why isn't he getting a reward? So I asked him to do something else, and then he got his reward. All right, let's see if we can get it right this time. Ready, bud? And if he doesn't get it right this time, then I'll show you what I'll do. Mine. I know you love the new toy too. Rap. Oh, no, you don't want you to go that way. You're going the hard way. Rap. Jump. Tick, tick. Yay, good boy.
Good boy.
Mister. So good. Okay, I'm going to do one more sequence. And I think this one will be even harder. Can you lie down? You could lie down while I explain. I'm going to wrap them. That's what I thought it said. Wrap them around the cone. And I'm going to be moving up here because I'm walking, of course. I'm going to ask him to turn to the left, take the backside of that jump. As I move this way, I want him to take the tunnel or take the jump, an inside slice. He's going to land right here in front of this tunnel. My body motion is going to be telling him, take the tunnel, but I'm going to ask him to take that jump. Okay? Come on. Thank you. All right. Wrap, wrap, wrap. Links, coca, coca. Koi, good boy. So good. Now, if I wanted him to take the tunnel, I would just give him different handling cues. Mine. Wrap, 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 wrap. Links, coca, coca, tunnel. Yay, good boy. Oh, buddy, sorry. Susan, I should have just given him a jump cue there. Good man. Good man.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna try to put this phone back.
Okay, that was super good.
So I just want to point out that, like, when he struggled with the first situation and your reaction was, I'm going to give him, like, I rewarded a different behavior. I had an alternate behavior. I rewarded that. And then I'm giving him one more chance. And then he had the room and he had the vision for that situation that he was confident enough to do it. So does that mean that exercise is done forever? No, of course it needs more practicing.
Exactly.
But that's how you can make progress. And you can really see that he has the understanding and he learned through these repetitions, he can learn in confidence how to solve that.
Right.
Yeah. And also, like, after you had the 2 failed attempts, I think what so many people will do in that situation is they will try again and again and again. And then the dog just gets frustrated and stressed. And then maybe in the end, when the dog does it, like, it didn't really learn anyway. So just this alternate behavior followed by reinforcement. So he was like, okay, wait.
I gotta listen.
I gotta listen. I wasn't reinforced for that, but I still have my confidence protected and I'm gonna try harder. And then he could do it. So that's so important. And it's something that so many people won't do. They would rather use a lie down thing.
Yeah. Or what some people would do is they would put a toy out so that the dog takes the jump and gets the toy. But that doesn't help the dog to know how to take that jump on their own. And also, I would never ask him to do that sequence if I didn't think he could do it. To be 100% honest, before we went live, I put him in that tunnel. I did cone wrap, jump, tunnel several times. Yeah. And then we went live. And so that was the last thing that he just got reinforced for. So that's right. So the fact is I'm walking. Some of you might be doing agility at a little bit more than a walk. To be honest, my full out run isn't much faster than.
Come on.
Okay, maybe a little bit. So, but that's why there was a little communication that, why are you walking? I haven't been doing sequencing with my dogs. I've been doing skills since I hurt my knee. I have not been doing sequencing since I got home from Germany, because I don't want them to potentially slow down or look in and check with me, right? So somebody said, what would I have done if he didn't get it at all? Well, first of all, behavior is communication. Yeah. So what would that communicate? It would have communicated that my expectations weren't at my dog's capability. Was I wrong to ask him to do that? And if I could say, no, I'm pretty sure that he could do it, I would put my dog away. If he failed this 3 times, or if he failed it 3 times, I would then look at my video and say, was my handling clear for that dog? Was there something that my shoulder was communicating that was incorrect? I'm not going to keep drilling and drilling and drilling when at the end of the day I was wrong, right?
Yeah.
So that is assuming that I know I've done what we call this or that. That is a this or that. Because now I could take him around that cone and tell him to go to the back of that jump, or tell him to go into the tunnel, or tell him to take the front of the jump and turn left. So I could do all of those this or that, processing challenges for that dog. He now knows, oh, I take the jump and I go long. Let me do one where I'm going to change that for him. Come here, bud. I'll do one that he didn't offer before. That's take the front and go left. Mine. Rap, rap. Oh, why do you want to go that way? That's funny. Rap, rap. Fetty. Thank you. Thank you. Rap, rap. Suddenly you're in reverse. Rap, rap, rap. Rap, 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 rap. There you go. That's funny. That's funny. Mine. I mean, I could do it on this way, but I think it makes it easier. Rap, 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 rap. There you go, bud. All right. Now let's do what we're here for. Mine. Thank you. On my side. Side, please. Rap, 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 rap. Jump. Bloop, 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 bloop. So good. Good boy. So good, mister. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. So we've done extension, extension, extension. And then I asked him for a tight collection, just like the person who asked that question. He's just got to blast, blast, blast over that jump. And then suddenly a processing challenge. But wait, I just got to blast over that jump 4 times.
Yeah. I think another thing, like, of course, the foundations required, the this or that games goes like way before any type of equipment, really. But also if the dog is struggling with this type of exercise multiple times, like now he comes from the cone wrap to a jump in like a soft turn or extension, just having the jump and the tunnel and setting the dog up without speed and maybe using the focus cue could also be a good way to just like remind the dog which one to listen to. And if they're not responding to that, I would also take them out to do a few this or that games that we have that is off equipment, just to make sure that they're paying attention.
So why don't we get Kim to show a this or that game? Yeah. So this is something, Kim's like stressing now. Do a cone wrap and first do a cone wrap and let her chase you for a toy. So this is just little games from Handling 360. And so the first will be chase. And then we're going to get her really into chase mode. After you do the first one, I'm going to get you to do the second one with a blind cross. But I'm going to change the camera so you guys can see. Pressure on Kim.
Don't do that to her.
She's used to it after Germany.
Yeah, that's right. She's ready. There was a question, was Germany 4 months ago? No, I hurt my knee 4 months ago. I had a 2-week rest, and then I went to Germany. I didn't realize the severity of the injury, and I did run in Germany with the knee kind of taped up. I knew it wasn't right because it kept swelling. And then I came home and listened to my doctor.
Let's be fair. She had the MRI results, but didn't want to check it while she was there.
Okay, there's small details that I might be leaving out of the story. Fine. Okay, I'm going to take you guys off the screen for a second so that it can be all BB. I should have done that when I was doing profit demos. I didn't think to it. Okay, it's all you, Kimberly. So wrap and run that way, right? Because that's where the camera is pointing. Good. Okay, so we're convincing the dog to run hard at Kim. Now do it again and blind cross her when she's coming towards you. Because I really want the dog thinking about chase, chase, chase. And then we're going to give a processing challenge. Nice. All right. So now let's give her a processing challenge and ask for a positional change. What are you going to ask? A down? Yeah. So take off running and then you keep running the same way, but ask her for a down. So good. Okay, so adding Max and Enya back, there is a foundational this or that game, right? I made it hard for belief. Let's have some hearts for belief. I made it hard for belief because, or hard for Kim and belief because we set her up by chase, and then processing change, this or that.
Yeah.
If I ask for something different, you need to be listening. Kim didn't slow down. She didn't stop. I mean, that's one of the very many. We start in H360 was super easy with our spotlights, which I think Enya did a beautiful reel on a couple weeks ago on our spotlights. And then on just simple things. I didn't change the camera. It's still on an empty screen.
See a cone. No, but I think that was great. And it was harder because we started with the chase. So we started with chasing the handler, and then instant verbal cue, instant reaction. And I mean, belief really, really loves to chase. So that's really hard for her, and that requires a lot of training. So super good.
And that's, obviously handling 360 has got amazing results, but it's because of the dog training that's woven into this excellent handling foundation. And that's what gives our students those kinds of results. Okay.
We have a comment here said, I love you guys, changed my agility start and doing your course next year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm going to share, I asked just this morning in our Handling 360 group, I said, does anyone want to share their stories so that when we go live, it isn't just about, World Championship agility. So I'm going to share a few of the stories here. This is the first one, Pat and her walker. So Pat says, I've been Handling 360 members since before it was Handling 360. It's very simple for me. I can't imagine trying to learn about train agility any other way. I'm at the point where I rarely go to seminars or workshops as I get so frustrated with the lack of layering of learning, foundation prep, or logical progressions in the skills being presented. I'm old and slow, and my walker at 3 is young and fast. Yet we can all get around a championship UKI course faultless. Clear, logical buildup of skills for the win. My baby walker will be in Synergy Boy all the way. Here we are enjoying some spring sun at the park earlier this year. Thank you for that.
Awesome, Pat.
How amazing is that? That's so amazing. So, it's somebody who wrote in and said, like, is it too late to start? As long as you're a curious learner,
yeah,
and it doesn't matter where you are.
And I think another common question is, but can my dog do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are border collies, and like we have such a big breed variation in our students.
100%. Yeah. Huskies.
And the program is built for any dog to be successful. That's why we work with these small layers that Pat is also talking about. So it's easy to learn for the dog, but also for the trainer.
Let me share another one. Here's Tristan. Handling 360 is life-changing. Ouija is I think Tristan's on the call actually, is my young Belgian Malinois, but I did agility with my last Malinois Kessel back in the early 2010s. She was super fast and brave dog, but I had no chance of ever being fast enough to get ahead of her, which caused a lot of frustration for her. I would often comment that Kessel could have been a team dog if she'd had a better handler. Fast forward to last summer when I started H360 with Ouija. Working through this amazing program has not only been incredible for bringing Ouija along, it's also made me see that Kessel had hadn't needed a better handler. She just needed clarity and verbals. It's been wonderful to honor the lessons Kessel taught me by working this system with Ouija. How beautiful is that? Thank you, Tristan.
Awesome. That's
right.
cool, Tristan.
So, I mean, it just gives me goosebumps when I see the results our students get, and I also get sad when I see people at everyday weekend trials, like here.
Yeah.
What was it? You that did my entries? What were the entries that you did recently? And you were commenting on for one dog. How much was it? $300 for one dog for a weekend of agility here in Canada. And in United States, yes, there might be some depending on how many runs you're doing. That was I think that was a 4-day trial. That right. So like you're spending when you go to a trial. You're spending. Yes, you're spending to have some fun with your dog. When you are joining a program like Handling 360, you are investing.
Yeah.
You're investing.
That's so true.
Such a big difference.
I do have a question about that. First, we do have one comment saying, I have a puppy. I should be picking up around Thanksgiving. And I will start with recolors and Handling 360. I have a current 5-year-old who was not trained with Handling 360, and I can't wait to see the difference.
You will see a difference. And what you'll find, you'll be able to pick up. That's the really cool thing, right? Yeah. Like they can work with their puppy and work with their 5-year-old and send in videos of both because we're training you. We want to see the dogs that you are working with.
That's really one thing that I think a lot of people don't know about the program is they are so used to, here in Europe at least, we're so used to having like you register with your dog and then they give you feedback. Like Handling 360, I've said that so many times, it's not a normal online class. It's a coaching program. We want to teach you. If you have multiple dogs, like it doesn't matter. You can submit videos with any of your dogs because we want to make you a better trainer and a better handler. We have another one. Amy's asking, it's quite an investment. Is it worth for a complete beginner with a 4-month-old puppy to already buy Handling 360?
Absolutely, especially for you.
Especially a beginner with puppy.
So many beginners want to do the free route, right? And then you create so many problems for yourself.
We've talked about this before, but I think it's so important to mention again, not having to unlearn bad habits that you learn.
Exactly. Hey, welcome, Beverly. Beverly just joined. I'm going to put a link up here for those of you that want to join, that you're like, I'm in, this sounds too good, and you should be. Then there's the link that you can join right now. Okay, here's another great question. Do you want to read that one, Max? And I'll get a drink.
Yes. I'm years out from starting agility, but is it even possible to teach it in my teeny tiny yard where I have barely enough room to even practice the figure 8? Well, let me tell you, there will be a point where you need a little bit more space, but Handling 360 is built in a way where you can train like all of the skills that we teach away from obstacle, meaning that all of the foundational layers that you have, you can start them with like basically in a rash room, however you want to call it. So you don't so you don't need lots of space. And the thing is that the program is designed that we will help you to transfer these small behaviors that we create away from obstacles, transfer them to the agility equipment. So at one point, you might need more, of course, but all of the tiny little things that we need that make the difference because they are details, these things you can train in your living room, or if you have a small little garden, or even do it like I think I did it, and Susan as well. I don't know about you, Enya, but like taking your equipment to a park at one point.
That's where I started.
It doesn't have to be much.
Exactly. Well, yeah, Enya had to drive a quadrillion miles to get to real equipment. So often there's places you can rent nearby. But the first like we have 10 classrooms in Handling 360. You work through each of them progressively. You don't need much more room than you're already describing for the first 3 or 4 classrooms.
Yeah. We have a student, and she wrote, "You guys are amazing. I started Handling 360 this year with my puppy, and he's 7 months old now, and we love it."
That's awesome.
And the funny thing is, this person was here training with me not that long ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And it was so funny because we did all these exercises from the program. And she was like, how can he do that? How can he do all of this? It's like, because you built the foundation so we can do this. So it was really cool to see. And also now at EOS, we met so many of our students. It's so much fun to see them. Amy
wrote, sorry.
Amy said, Amy, who asked the question about the 4-month-old puppy, she said, okay, I'm convinced I will sign up for Handling 360.
Awesome.
Corinna wrote, the coaches are amazing. You can always post videos every day and get tweaks. And then LOH, who's one of our coaches, said, Corinna, you take the feedback and make the changes. It's amazing to coach students like this. That's how you get success in our program. You watch the video and read the PDF. You can download the PDF to your tablet, wherever, so that you can take it out when you train. You video your training and you look at what you've got. And if you're happy, you just keep moving forward. But if you say, hey, I don't think this is going so well, you post that video or a piece of it for us to give you feedback on. And that's how it works for people who are maybe brand new to agility or have been doing agility a completely different way. Maybe they're in a system where they never used any verbal cues before, which, I mean, the world, I'm pretty sure now has caught up to Handling 360, and more people are using verbal cues because it doesn't make any sense to, think about this. If a panther was chasing a goat for lunch, they were looking for some lunch. And the goat, let's say it was a goat that was super fast. But every time the goat made a left turn, it went, eh! And every time it made a right turn, it went, whoa. Do you not think that'd be an advantage for that panther getting some lunch? Right? That's why we use verbal cues, to give the advantage to our dogs. Like, I know there's still people who were raised in a system that don't have, or that were told that they make a dog slow down. I don't know. Max has just won back-to-back EOs. I'm pretty sure it didn't slow him down or his dog down.
No.
I want to show Max's runs. I want to show 2 runs back-to-back because I want you to see what Handling 360 teaches you is consistency. It's going to be mesmerizing to watch the dog, but I want you to either come back and watch this replay of this live, but watch how consistent Max's cues are, his body moves, where he is, what he does. That's what we teach you. Okay, so now I've got to find those videos. Now I've got them all pumped up. Okay, so this is going to be style to begin with. Okay, so that was impressive. That gives me goosies just watching it, even for the second or third, okay, 5 times. Now watch the consistency when Max runs remix with the championship on the line, where you might be a little bit more nervous. Well, some people would be.
Actually, he was the last on the start.
Right.
It was crazy. It was crazy because I was leading with style until the 2 last competitors.
Yes.
And then the competitor before me beat Style's time, and I was last. I was the only one who could still beat it.
So
Yeah.
shout out to
that
Perry
was the
DeWitt
moment.
and her amazing dog, Jenny. A little shout out to the American team that did so well and are always right there to make sure you do your best. Okay, now watch the consistency with Max here. Like, that's what we want to give you. Well, we all want a little bit of Max too, but we want to give you that consistency so that you know the decisions to make to bring out the best in your dog. You know, agility is fun, period. It's just a fun sport. But when you have that consistency, that your dog knows what to expect from you, it just makes it more fun for not just you, but for your dog as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And also
100%.
to be able to make decisions, I think that's also one thing that, like, if you're already competing in dog agility, to be able to go to a trial and make decisions that you know are the best for you and your dog. Like, my personal favorite of the program is classroom number 7, that is called Language of Lines. And the Language of Lines is a brilliant classroom where you, like, we talk about lines and handling triggers throughout the program, but the Language of Lines is really helping you analyze and understand your specific dog, how to read a line and how to handle that line. We do have a question from Heather. She says, I have an 18-month-old Coolie and I've had him less than a year. Since we can't do the course till next year, can you fix any bad habits that may have popped up? Like, if you jump on Handling 360, like, I would say, why wait till next year?
Right.
Yeah, because if you already have problems that have popped up, then like, the longer that goes, the harder it's going to be to fix. And the most important thing is when you join Handling 360 is that you have what Susan talked about, the beginner's mindset, that you're open to starting from the beginning and adapting the program in its whole. So not trying to skip steps, but starting from the first.
You know, we've got such a finite amount of time with our dogs.
Yeah.
That why wait a year to start something amazing? Especially this, like, there was somebody who asked in a DM to me on Instagram, I really wish you guys would make Handling 360 possible with a monthly payment. And guess what? Boom. For this birthday event, we listened, and you can join. These are in US funds, just, you know, you can join with a one big investment today, or if you want to, it isn't a membership, it's still a commitment to make 12 installments, but you make those installments spread out over the year. So, you know, it is $135 that I just got invited to sign up for a course running, where I get to run one course for $80. So I get to go to a place with my dog, run one course, and then everybody goes, and then you can run the same course one more time, $80. That's Canadian dollars, so maybe it's only $20 US, but it's probably like $60 US to run one course. So I can train. I have time that I can train. So, wow, this is a great investment. For those of you who can't quite make it work, the $135 installment monthly should make it a lot more possible for many of you.
And I think like in the end, we do spend that money on our dog agility anyway. It's just
Molly just said, I pay $180 a month for a class. So $135 is a bargain.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you get to watch and rewatch all of the lessons. ask questions in the middle of the week. You only get to ask questions once a week at your agility class. Not that I'm knocking in-person classes, but if you have to pick one, definitely your development should be happening where you're the most confident and where your dog's the most confident, and that's at home.
100%. And also another factor is if you go to for example, seminars or classes, either a weekend seminar or a weekly class, you're not as responsive to feedback when you are working your dog at the same time, because
especially if you have any challenges with your dog, right?
Yes, of course, because you're thinking about your dog, keeping them in the bubble, playing with them, keeping them engaged, but you're also thinking about the sequence, and then the trainer is trying to tell you the feedback, and like it's so much harder. But when you're doing Handling 360, you watch the lesson, you can go back and watch it again, you can watch it at double speed if you want to, and then you read the PDF, you print the PDF, you take it with you, and you have your lesson already prepared when you bring your dog. So, and all the anything that can appear, like if there's an issue with something, like you already have, this might happen. So it's such an easier way to learn for you and your dog.
Definitely. And honestly, to have one more sentence on the last question is, I've said it in January, I guess, but I've talked to so many people, and imagine you're on a train and that train is going in the wrong direction. So at what time would you get out to get to your destination as quick as possible? I mean, as soon as you can, right? So why waste more time and stay in the train?
Yeah, I love that one, because it's like,
great,
you know where you want to be, but you also feel that I'm not quite there, but you keep going down the same path. So absolutely.
Corinna said the best thing is that you can do 2 to 3 minutes of training several times a day. You don't realize how much you progress when you can just take, like, first thing in the morning, you get up, brush your teeth, as the coffee's being made, you can just do one little skill set. And then that might only be a 90-second training session. And then if you have time before you go to work, maybe you squeeze in one, but maybe you're one of those ones that hits the snooze bar a few times, so you don't have that time. Get home from work, you do another one. And then before you go to bed, you do another one. There, you've got 2 or 3 training sessions. That it's far more important to do a little bit daily than to try to do an hour. Okay, I just can't get to my agility training because I got to move. It's an hour. I got to move this. No, just plan it in short bursts. I think, though, I want to show one more video. Well, I'll probably show more than one, but this one, agility isn't just for Border Collies. And I'm going to show Enya and her dog. I mentioned that Enya's dog Party, who was 6th at the European Open. She's 11 years old. And so I want to show a video. You would never guess that she's 11 years old. Show a video of the two of them. And she's little bitty, like it's crazy. Okay, so here, and I'll show Max. We'll talk about Max and Make after. So we got to give some time for the small dogs as well. So, I got to show Make first because I don't have Parties uploaded right now. I will get it. So this is Max. And Max, why don't you tell the little backstory about Make?
Oh my God. How much time do we have? Let me tell you, Make, like, I think most people, and I'm guilty of that, for the first few years would call her like a very, very difficult dog. And I'm guilty of that too. And I'm not saying that she's handing me everything. She just needs different approaches. So we always did quite okay, but I always felt like we are kind of fighting each other, like not for real, but like I was saying this and she was understanding that. So it took us a while to get to know it. And then this poor little soul she had leptospirosis, injuries, like there were so many things. And honestly, it was really, really difficult. And at one point I just realized, you know what? Like I got to take her for who she is. And I have to change my ambition in my mind of how to approach it. So I did that, and this year she's gonna run her fourth AWC, and it was her fourth European Open as well. And she's been delivering for years, and this year finally it was time for her like European Open individual medal. So honestly,
How many
like
team
the
how
board,
many team medals has she got?
oh, I don't know. I think 3 at EO and 2 at World Championships.
That's amazing.
I think. Yeah,
Okay.
she like super good. And honestly, the border collies were amazing. But the moment I realized Nake's on third place, like
Yeah.
Ramona and me, we just fall over each other and we cried for like 10
Aw,
minutes.
that's awesome. And that
Yeah.
and that would be 100% the truth. Because when you have a journey that's been that rocky and you get to a point where your dog is 7 competing against quite younger dogs, it's hard to believe when it all comes together. So this is
Yeah.
Max and Make. This is for all of you small dog handlers. Yay for party. So and the really cool thing, you watch Max and he can run really fast, but in Agility Nation, which is our membership for agility, you will see Max run these courses just barely walking, just to show those of you who can't move like that how you could handle certain sequences along the way. Okay, party. So 11 years old, 11. Not
yeah.
And it isn't even like, oh, the 11-year-olds run in the senior division. This is party competing with Make and with all of the other dogs. And you can see the slip that she has that costs her quite a bit of time. Not only did she slip, but she didn't get started right away. Like it was a slip and then now I have to get up to speed.
Yeah, she's so sensitive. So that type of thing it can be really difficult with her, because she, like in that moment when because she did slip twice, but when she fell really bad after the dog walk and we had an immediate layering sequence after, I was so sure she would just run into me and not wanting to go out. And so, yeah. And I mean, she competes against all of the 2 and 3-year-olds. So,
and this is back-to-back weekends. She just competed at a very intense Swedish national championship, which she had won, then went to EO. Okay, here's party. So I would say two of the best small division dogs in the last 5 years for sure, and party more than that. So amazing. And I just wanted to share that. So, it's not just a big dog sport, and there's still, you're still, by having excellent understanding of how to build layers, it impacts the small dogs just as much. And that's showing in Max's young dog, Rebel, who is already faster than Make is. And she's just 2 years old. Or has she turned 3 yet?
No.
It's amazing.
2. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a specific way of working with different dogs whose body type does not allow for them to be super speedy in order to not only make time, but possibly place? 100%. Like, we have so many different breeds in our program, and the foundational layer are about getting the dog excited. Remember, behavior is communication. If your dog, visualize your dog chasing a cat. If they aren't doing the skills that we ask you to do that fast, then we build that drive and speed long before we ever get them doing jumps. But the problem is, people get them doing jumps and then they try to make them faster, but you've allowed them to rehearse slow with you for the first year.
Yeah.
Another huge factor is, like, of course, we build the drive and the motivation in the dog by clarity and by confidence boosting games, but also like handling 360 is also about how to handle your dog in the course. And I mean, you could have potentially the fastest dog in the planet if there's one like that. But if you don't know how to handle the dog, and if you don't know how to handle the lines and understanding the lines and your dog's strengths and weaknesses, that will also cost time. So for example, I mean, we all started out with terriers, and with my Jack Russell, she was 28 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches, but it's
Close to 12.
Yeah, but it's very, very small. And what I had to learn with her was how to handle her so she didn't lose any time in the course. And I don't know if you didn't notice, rewatch this live, because one thing you can see on the small dog runs with Make and Party is with 3 jumps from the end, me and Max chooses a different way.
Yes.
Yeah. And we did talk about that, because the other funny thing is we started after each other. So Max,
Yeah, that was super cool.
after Max. And we did talk about that on the course walk. And Max said, I will go right. And I said, I think I will go left, because we have different dogs. Because Max said, I need to box her in and hold her on the line. And I said, my dog will collect even if I go left. Yeah. So just understanding your dog's strength and weaknesses can also make you run better times, because you always put the dog on the most efficient line. So
did either of you time that sequence to see which dog was faster?
We should maybe.
Yeah, we should.
Time our dogs. Yeah, we should from the video.
Do you guys have any questions for us about handling 360? We also have Agility Nation, or what is available for some of you. You might want to join both the membership Agility Nation and Handling 360, and we have that possibility as well in a bundle. So you can get, like I said, Handling 360 alone. You can get well, I got to get that off. Hold on, I'll get the off of the screen. There you go. So this is getting a bundle. So Handling 360 alone is $135 a month. But bundling them, where you get the membership, if you are ready to teach contacts and weave poles, and there's so many skills that are outside of handling that are all put into Agility Nation. So that is a membership that you can choose to join it after Handling 360. But if you are ready, you can have them both at the same time. Okay, so I will put that back. That's where you join. I think. Okay, so today I know that I haven't done one thing. Yesterday, or the last time we did a live, we did a we gave away a Propel, my most favorite piece of fitness equipment from the good people at Blue 9. And so what we said, and we're going to do the same thing today, is anybody who learned something from this live, was there a takeaway? Was there an aha that you went, oh my gosh, I never thought of agility that way. I never thought of agility training that way. I never thought of when to start getting serious about training things the correct way. If there's anything that you learned, then that would be a gem. Last live, I'm going to share what our gem winner was, who's winning the Propel from the last live. And that is, I have to get rid of that again. And that was from Carol. And she had 3 gems. And the first one, she said, vary the value of the reinforcement And she thought this would be a great game changer because people are so in a hurry to go to a variable rate of reinforcement. I'm not going to reward with food all the time. I don't want my dog to be dependent on the food. And what I talked about in our last live was don't go to random reinforcement. Go to don't go to a variable rate. Go to a variable value. So sometimes they get a high value toy. Sometimes they get a treat. Sometimes they get a hand touch. So that was one takeaway. The other is with regards to criteria. If criteria is too easy, it's easy to lose. So that came from Bob Bailey, is something that I shared from Bob Bailey. And that's why if your criteria, say for a running dog walk, is I just want the dog to get one paw somewhere in the yellow, it's highly unlikely you will have a running dog walk for a career of a dog. Too easy. Once it's easy to lose. And the third one she mentioned is the dog doesn't receive the correction, the value of the reinforcement and or the distractions in the environment do. So you correct your antecedents as a trainer, you correct the setup. Either you correct what value of reinforcement you're using, or you correct how many distractions or what value of distraction you're using. So those were 3 great gems, Carol. Thank you. So if there was something that you learned from today's live that you would like to share, there's 2 places you can share it. And we're going to give away, again, from the good people at Blue 9, another Propel. And you can share it either on my Facebook page, or you can go to YouTube. Once this video is uploaded, while you're over there, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment, but leave your gem. Leave your gem on what was your big takeaway today, all right? What did you learn from us? So let me just read. This is from Ivana. We are in your programs. I almost stopped with my little party poodle girl. She was timid, not confident. And after a dog ran after her in the ring, she would not even move at competitions. That's unfortunately too common, right? We're not a super team, but now at the age of 8, she's enjoying herself and running at the competitions with confidence and having fun. Only because I watched Susan, I took her advice to train the dog in front of me, and I don't compare to others. We joined last year during Susan's birthday week. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Ivana. Okay, so, it's from Andrea. Get her name right now, Max. Loving the first Handling 360 classrooms with my new puppy. It's so much fun and reinforcing to be building such a strong foundation for when we're ready to move on.
Awesome.
I love that.
Do you have, so Alex asks, is access for 1 year? When will the next opportunity to join? Yes, you get access for 1 year. At the end of 1 year, we give you an offer that you cannot refuse and that you will want to stay with us, because we're constantly evolving. We're constantly adding to the program, and so that's why we have people who've been in Handling 360 since it first started. And I think that was 2014. Was when the first Handling 360 classroom was put together. The next opportunity to join, I don't know. I do know we have this event on my birthday. I can't guarantee it's going to be next year, but we will open registrations. But if, as Max said, how long do you want to be on the train going in the wrong direction? Like, wouldn't it be great if it is at all possible to get off the train and get on the direction you want to go? You know you want to go in this direction. There is no time, no better time.
Oh, Susan's out.
Susan's out?
Susan's out. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's really what she was saying about the going in the wrong direction. Like, there's no need to wait. We have some people asking, when is the next time? Hey, Susan, welcome back.
I don't know what happened. No. I do not know what happened.
No, there's no reason to wait. Because what you will do is just continue in the loop that you're in, going in the path that you're already on, that you probably feel is not working, because otherwise we wouldn't be asking that question, right?
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I got kicked out of my own live.
You checked out the train station, Susan.
I checked,
and then you figured you have to come back in here.
This is a great gem from Elaine. Remember, Elaine, post this either on YouTube or on Facebook. Not on this video, like on Facebook when we put up our gem post. It's not the dog. It's what the handler does with the dog. you rock stars are not rock stars because you have cooperative dogs. They challenge you and you rose to be that handler. Absolutely. And everybody can. That's a beautiful gem, Elaine. Beautiful, right? That we are training you. We are training you how to bring out the best in your dog. And guess what? It allows you to bring out the best in every dog you'll ever own moving forward.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Another question here from a different Elaine. Should I do crate games at the same time of homeschool the dog? Crate games at any time is always a good thing to start with. And 100% you can do it at the same time as homeschool the dog. And that's to say that all of our programs, we're talking about agility today, but all of our Dogs That programs are available right now with the birthday celebration. The registration's open today and they close
on the 30th.
I think, yes,
on the
30th.
30th. I didn't know the date, but thank you for that. On the 30th. Okay. Any other questions before we sign off? Oh, I need to know who won our tug toy.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Today's tug toy is Shelly. Is that Shelly? Yeah. Oh, and yesterday. So yesterday's tug toy was Bonnie, Hoerknke, Bonnie Hornicke, and then today's Cher, who gets that awesome toy from For My Merles. Both of you ladies maybe need to buy some vowels for your last name. That's my suggestion. Is Shelly, Kroncke? Kronk? I don't know. So it's Hornicke and Kronke. They're almost identical names. Wow. Like somebody from the team write those two names and you guys will see it's not just me not being a linguist today. That's kind of impressive. My puppy is in recolors and 5 months old. Woo, what a start. How old should they be before we can start agility? Well, in Handling 360, there's a lot of foundation that, in the next month you could start, provided that you've got a good handle on your dog's recall, on your dog's value for reinforcement. That is a great, recallers is such an amazing foundation to move into Handling 360, but you may have been progressing through recallers and your dog has some value for you and you have your spotlights. The dog knows cook and search and strike, so that yes, that 5-month-old puppy 100% could be joining Handling 360. And if you're not sure, there's two things you can do. You can just join because you have a refund. There's a refund period with Handling 360 that we will 100% give you back all of your money if for whatever reason you say it's not working out. Or the really cool thing, you're already in recallers. You could join Handling 360 now. And after 3 weeks, go, I think I'm overcommitted. Can I put a pause on Handling 360 until I can finish this up? And then what we do is you tell us, okay, let's pause this. So you are not allowed to progress in Handling 360. And when you say, okay, I feel I can breathe now, I'd like to come back. So let's say it's 2 months. We just add 2 months on to the end of Handling 360 so you don't miss anything. All right. So that's I think this is a great time. That's one thing you can do. If you're unsure, give my team drop a note to them at WAG at Dogs That, because they are so good at counseling you through these decisions. We want to make sure it's right for you and it's the right time for your dog or your puppy, 5 months old. What we were talking about, I asked this question in the kitchen today with there's 3 people who work here full time. Because Chelsea was talking about going to visit a friend's baby. And she said, oh, you're supposedly, as a young woman, get this hormonal rush and make you want to have a baby of your own. I said, I've not ever had that. Kim said she has experienced it visiting puppies, though. So when I read about a 5-month-old puppy, I go, 5-month-old puppy. I'm going to get to train.
I have a 5-month-old puppy.
Is she 5 months already?
Yeah, yesterday.
Wow. That's
Crazy.
I'm seeing if we have any more questions. Okay. So when we join H360, are materials all classes instantly available, or do they open? They open as you progress. We do not want to overwhelm people, so they open as you progress through this lesson. There's a little check. Yep, completed, done this. Then you open the next one, because we do not want what the person who DM'd me that I talked about earlier in this call. We do not want people. And if you're in our program and you might find yourself doing this now, please stop. It is a detriment to you and your dog if you go, oh, this looks really sexy, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog needs to learn how to do that. I'm going to do. No, progress through with the lessons. They are layered learning. Some of the stories that I've read about some of our students that said, like, I get frustrated when I go to seminars and they don't do this layered approach to learning. So I've just stopped going.
We do have a question on Instagram. At what age can I start training with Handling 360? I just got my 2-month-old puppy, so she probably just brought it home. And I think we did touch on that question now with the 5-month-old. I think recallers is a great start.
Great place to start.
A little bit depending on how the progress is going in recallers, around 4.5, 5 months could be a good time to come into. Yeah.
Agree. How old are the style puppies now that Linda and Andrea have? Because their recaller games are really quite good, and so they're progressing.
They're about 4 months old now.
So yeah, 4.5 months would right. And I mean, Andrea is a great dog trainer, and Linda is a great dog trainer, so they're pretty progressed. So. Does Handling 360 start with synergy? Yes. Handling 360 is synergy, right? So anybody that comes in, you are coming into and what synergy is the latest and absolutely no doubt about it, the best version of Handling 360 in the history of all of the Handling 360 versions. So this is our third version or fourth, Kim? There was original.
Third.
There was Connect
and the synergy.
All right. So 100%. If you were in Handling 360 at the very beginning, like, yes, it's a system of handling and verbals, but it's like night and day. Synergy is like the three of us, you had one successful agility handler that had won a lot of gold medals at different world championships and nationals and is a great dog trainer. But you were limited by her imagination. Now you've got 3 of the best in the world, and we work so well together. We argue, we laugh, we say this might not be well understood. We go back and forth, and we put out this amazing program. There is nothing like this anywhere in the world, bar none. Absolutely nothing. Because we're always going back to the beginner's mindset. How can anyone have success with this program? That's what we ask ourselves.
Courtney asks, will we get a new Synergy Lingo Lounge soon? It should already be in there.
I think so. Yeah, I think it should be. We'll check after we get off of this.
Yeah.
How much room do you need to do the Handling 360 games? So as Max said earlier, that eventually we have 10 classrooms. Eventually, you're going to need access to a larger area that you can do sequences. You don't need a facility like this. Oh, if you have one, good on you. But you don't.
Showing off the 10th classroom you need, but that's
right. The 10th classroom you need to be able to run courses, and we call that showing off. That's when we know you're going to go to any trial on the planet and you're going to have success with it. It's called showing off. What materials or obstacles? So top of my head, some of the things that, like the obvious things that you're going to dog train with: toys and food, a clicker for some of you, a cone.
You want cone? Yeah.
Targets, like plank, one plank. So most things that for foundational training and anything that will come in handy, but we explain it all when you sign up, and most of it we tell you how to make. I don't know that there's anything that you can't make a cone, although we do tell you how you can, but yeah. So, and like I said before, It is, you have 2 weeks to come in the program, download all the lessons. There's tons of lessons for you already. Download the lessons, start the games, and say, I like these people. I want to continue to be coached by these people. So 2 weeks and you can do that. The Lingo Lounge is currently an ebook in New Synergy. Yes, Kim did the research.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Oh, wow. And Brian's already got that toy on his website.
Oh, wow.
It's live as of now. Right now.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Amanda said, would a garage be big enough to use as the 10th classroom? No, the 10th classroom is a course. So you would go to it, depending on if you have your own equipment, you could go and set it up somewhere. But probably the smartest thing to do is to rent an hour at a facility. And ideally get together with a couple other friends so that you can set it up. There are, in our last classroom, there are 5 courses. And so there is so many things that we give you to show off with in those 5 courses. And there's a guest instructor in one of those courses too. Not telling anybody who they are, but there is one that isn't any one of the 3 of us. But also somebody who's won medals at World Championships.
Yeah.
This is a great question, Max. I'm going to get a drink if you will.
Yeah. Can you join with 2 dogs for the price you mentioned? I have a 3-year-old cocker and a 9-month-old Sheltie. Yeah, Enya mentioned earlier, and this is the so amazing thing as well. We coach you. So it's you and your dog. So you could even get 2 more dogs, because who could ever have enough dogs? You could get no problem. We're gonna coach you and your dogs, because we know we have so much belief in that program that by the end of it, you won't need as much coaching anymore, because you will know how to train and how to coach yourself. And if you, for example, are a agility teacher at some point, your students will also benefit from this program so much.
And I just want to go back to the garage as well. The garage is plenty big for most of the classrooms.
Yeah.
It really is. And you can go to the 9th classroom and then go to a trial. And I'm pretty confident you'd still have success.
Yeah,
Plus,
absolutely.
you could go to the 7th classroom and test your skills at a local trial. But we want to make sure that we want to make sure that you are fully prepared. And that's why we have got those 10 classrooms in there. What you can't do, back to the 2 dogs, you can't join and say, my partner and I are going to do this and you're going to coach my partner. No, because we are taking one person with one dog and we're going to make that one person absolutely freaking brilliant. So if you and your partner are both doing agility, I would not want to be the partner that doesn't join. Just saying. Yeah. Both.
I have a comment on Instagram that says Max is testing how good humans are with "It's Your Choice" for dogs. In how many dogs we have.
And the release word is gonna be puppy.
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 Yeah. It's your choice. Not very
Lyric has to make lots of red puppies.
Oh my God.
I don't know who this person is. Lori Reynolds. Do you guys know Lori Reynolds?
I do not.
No.
Sorry. I touch differently than you did and close. What do I do? I'm not sure. If you're thrilled with the performance and the flexibility of what that gives you, then I would say rock on with your bad girl self. But if you want to adopt a beginner's mindset and just reteach it, see if there's anything that you discovered, like, does it affect your dog's focus? That's where I think the biggest thing happens. Absolutely. Donna said she can't wait to be brilliant. We can't wait to be brilliant. My goal, and I know Enya and Max share this as well, my goal is always to help students be able to beat me. because two things are going to happen then. Number one, it's going to be great for our program if they say, wow, these people were able to grow up and be so good they could beat Susan, Max, and Enya. And the second thing that will happen is I know how competitive Max, Enya, and I are, and we're going to work so hard to be able to beat your ass next time around.
Beat you back. Yeah.
It's a win-win. It's always a win-win.
Yeah.
And anybody that who teaches people who has a different attitude, please adjust that attitude. Because I've heard people that they're told the moment you can beat me in a competition, you can no longer come to my classes.
It's crazy. That's what you want.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Is to have our students be able to beat us.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay. Is there any other questions? So we're going to sign off. Thank you, guys. Remember to post your gems, and remember to go and check out all of our classrooms and check out the guarantee that we have there, because we only want people who want to be there. We don't want people who, I'm stuck in this classroom because I paid for it. No, we only want people that want to be there. That's why we give everybody a test run to see how they like it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The three of us can't wait to coach you for the next year and to see your progress in the program. So check it out, and thank you. And we will sign off for now.
Until the 30th.
Yes. Till
See
next
you there.
Wednesday. We'll see you.
We're doing a meeting.